Hello, it is Friday, August 23rd, 2024. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Friday crossword, which means today we're going to be solving the first of two themeless puzzles for the week, and perhaps a bit of misdirection, a bit of punniness. We'll just have to find out. And this potentially punny, misdirecting edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Laura Sexton, Alex, and as always, I'm losing it today. The indomitable Shoalmaster, the incorrigible Sheeler Beeler, and the indefinable Charlie Paget. I already had to throw away one introduction to this video because I referred to the year as 2023. So I seem to be very scatterbrained this morning. Anyway, thanks so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. They support this channel, keep it going day by day, and for that, I'm very grateful. Thank you to them and to everybody who's a patron of the channel at any level. I really do appreciate it. And if you'd like to support the channel in that way, you can head to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field the link in the description field where you'll find the bonus videos available to patrons. And for benefactors like those 5, the Let's Check the Crosses official mug. Thanks so much to them and to everybody who supports the channel. You can also support by subscribing on YouTube, by liking and commenting and such. There's also the Daily Solve Discord chat server. You can join that via the description field as well. Nice friendly chat community over there. All right, let's get on to today's crossword by Taylor Johnson and Raphael Musa, who've constructed, I think, respectively about half a dozen and a dozen puzzles for the New York Times, and it was edited once again by Joel Falliano. Friday puzzle, themeless, just clues. Let's start solving. Pretty Little Liars author Shepard. I'm sure I've seen this name, but I'm not sure offhand. Trap for the unwary, a snare? I don't know. I don't know why that's necessarily for the unwary as opposed to another kind of trap. You'd think any trap would be one for the unwary. Snare would fit in 5 letters. Let's see if it fits there. Organ piece could be a pipe organ, a musical instrument, but it could be an organ of the human body, or I guess any other anatomical body. Well, let's see. Trap for the unwary. No, okay. I was going to say pipe. That doesn't fit with snare. I still don't know snare is correct. Ken entries abbreviation. Oh, right. Okay. Numbers? I think Ken is one of those newspaper logic puzzles, like Sudoku, but less well known. And I've heard of it, but I've never actually played it. So, but I think it's a number game, and that would actually work with snare. So let's try that. For real, you might ask? Are you serious? Are you kidding me? That could be it. It could be this. I mean, I'll be pleased if a guess this long ends up being correct, but I'm going to leave it in for now, just in case it is. Minos or Midas? Regal. They're both sort of ancient mythological kings. Royal? I don't know. I'm not sure. Member of La Familia. La Familia. Is a family member, obviously. Let's see. La Famille. So it's French. So it's mère, père, sœur, frère, oncle, tante. I don't know. I actually can't think. I can't think what family member this is. Sorry about that. Okay. Takeoff announcement. Future me, don't forget this. Note to self. That's what it is. Okay. Organ piece. Oh, stop. Yeah, okay. So, the phrase pull out all the stops is referencing this element of an organ, which are the sort of sliders that you pull out and push in on an organ, and they alter the sound of the organ. They activate the different ranks, the different sort of sounds that the organ can produce. Okay. Enfant. It's just child generally is a member of La Famille. La Famille. Okay, there we go. That's what it is. So it's not referring to specifically son or daughter or brother or sister or what have you, but just generally a child. All right. Minos or Midas? Ruler? Again, they're both kings, so that would make sense. Takeoff announcement. Ready to run? Don't really recognize that as takeoff announcement question mark, though. So something punny. Takeoff announcement. Is it runners in a race? Something like that? I'm not sure. Warm-up pieces. Stretches or no? Oh, etudes. Right, here's another musical clue. Speaking of organs, maybe you have an organ etude, sort of, which would literally mean, etude literally means study in French, but it's a piece that would be designed to help a musician kind of practice or warm up. Okay, famed recipient of a lesser blessing. It must be Esau. I couldn't tell you what the lesser blessing is. I don't actually remember this story, to be honest, but I suspect it's that biblical character. It just seems like it would be, and it fits with the letters we have there. Let's look at this. Watch, in a way. To spy on someone, to watch them. Struggles. Maybe not. This doesn't look very good. What about this? Makes as a putt. Oh, if you sink the putt in golf. So watch, in a way. Oh, sit, as in babysit. You watch children. You watch les enfants. So, all right. Where Viet Jet Air is headquartered. That sounds like it would be a Vietnamese airline, so probably Hanoi. There we go. That would make sense. Spiny reptile that, despite its name, is actually a lizard, a horny toad. There we go. I don't even know if I knew that that was actually a lizard and not some kind of toad or frog, but there we go. That's good to know. Okay, struggles, toils, works hard. Winter forecast, sleet would fit. Any ideas, you might ask someone? Sometimes how I feel solving these crosswords. West Coast political hub, familiarly. SAC for Sacramento, which is the capital of the U.S. state of California. I wonder how known that is to people who don't have a connection to California. I would bet there are plenty of people in the United States who don't necessarily know Sacramento, but maybe that's wrong. I don't know. Cubism-inspired style. It's certainly not a place that I lived not far from it I lived in San Francisco for many years, and you just have very little need to go there, typically. Anyway, Cubism-inspired style, Deco, so Art Deco, the art and architectural movement of the early to mid-20th century. Comfort. So this could be a noun or a verb. You could live in comfort as a noun, or you could comfort somebody. You could, as a verb. Or I guess you could provide comfort. That's another way of it being a noun. But it's not helping me get it, is it? Not sure. The average person will shed at least one every day. Hair? Probably a lot more than one in case of most people. What would one shed at least one of every day? So it won't be something like skin, because you don't shed one skin. Certainly not your entire organ of the skin. Speaking of organs, but I don't know what that is. Comfort. Oh, solace. You could offer someone solace. That works. That starts with SO, and I can't imagine there are other options that do. All right, what have we not seen? How firm a foundation for one? I don't know it, but with that Y there, it looks, and the name sounds like a hymn. So I bet that's what it is, religious song. Ooh, enough. TMI, too much information. Ugh, don't tell me. Begrudging assent would be, yeah, probably, yeah. Or maybe it could be, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. They both actually, they sort of work equally well for me. So I'm not confident about putting one in, although yeah doesn't look as good because of this double A, sphere. Yeah, that doesn't seem as good. So oh no, that has that too. Oh, okay, right. Maybe it's, yeah, sure. So then a sphere would be area, your domain, your orbit, your ken. I don't know. Okay. Fan base added to the OED in 2023. I bet it's Taylor Swift, Swifties, fans of Taylor Swift. Okay, so that's been added to the Oxford English Dictionary, apparently. So what is this? Begrudging assent. Yeah. I don't know. That's very surprising. Swifties must be right. I guess maybe it's not. Maybe there's another fan base with a similar. I don't know. Let's look at the crosses. Rocked in a way. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's not this. BTS something. I'm just trying to think of very currently kind of rabid fandoms that might be appropriate. High-end hotel amenities, spas. Okay, that's good. Oral vaccine target. What might an oral vaccine? What vaccines are taken orally? I'm not sure offhand. Sphere. Oh, arena. Yes, your arena is your sphere, your area of expertise, or your business, or what have you. Okay, Planned Parenthood offering informally. Informally. What is that? What about this? Rocked in a way. Oh, rocked is in war clothing. Yes, you could say, oh, you're really rocking that shirt. You're wearing it. Okay. Obviously, it has a more positive connotation than simply war, but I think that's probably still the answer. Holly genus. I don't know. A genus of holly. I have no idea. I mean, I really have absolutely no clue about this. Oh, this is, yeah, fine. That's what it is. Oh, polio. I guess the polio vaccine is taken orally. I didn't know that. Okay. So, Ilia, something like that, or Elex? Planned. Oh, it's Ilex. Okay. Sex education. That's what it is. Okay. So, Ilex must be the genus of the holly plant. I definitely did not know that, but there we go. Okay, good. Gave a once over, eyed up, or something like that. Do you say I eyed him up? I gave him once over. I think that's plausible. Let's try it and see. 0 for 180 degrees. That'll be the sine. Oops. Of 180 degrees is 0. That's a trigonometric function. To be honest with you, if you asked me what's the sine of 180 degrees, I might have guessed 0. I might have guessed 1, but I wouldn't necessarily have specifically remembered this. And I don't remember what the actual ratio that the sine represents is. You know, there's sine, cosine, tangent, all those, and then the inverses of them and everything else. All right, Pretty Little Liars author Shepherd. Yeah, I still don't know. I'm wondering if I'll recognize it, but I'm not sure. Takeoff announcement. Oh, is it run for office, perhaps? No, I don't. Takeoff. I don't know why that word takeoff would be relevant to that, so maybe not. Bit of salty language, question mark. So salty, maybe naval, something to do with the sea? I mean, obviously you read salty language and you think slightly profane, but with the question mark, I think maybe something else, but I don't know. Some announcements from the Fed. It could be interest rate. Yeah, rate. Could be increases or decreases of the sort of base interest rate. So it could be rate hikes. Trying to think if there's an equivalently sized word for lowering. It could be rate drops. Okay, so I won't put that in yet. Jazz trumpeter Jones. Chad, maybe? I don't actually know. But the reason I say that is because it would work with hikes. Cosmetics brand owned by Estee Lauder. Ooh, I don't know. Takeoff announcement. I have to run. I have to take off. I'm taking off. I have to run. There we go. That's it. It's taking off from a party or other event. All right. So, Aveda. Yeah, okay. I have seen that cosmetics brand, and that would work with Chad, which would work with rate hikes. So I think it all fits together, and I'm putting it in. Okay, Sarah Shepard. I don't immediately, it isn't as familiar as I maybe expected it to be, but, oh no, Pretty Little Lie. Oh, that's a totally different thing. That's not what I was thinking of. I was thinking of Big Little Lies, which was turned into an HBO miniseries that I thought was pretty good. Yeah, okay, Pretty Little Liars. I guess I don't really know what that is. I think that's maybe that was also a TV show, I think, but I couldn't tell you anything about that one. All right, well, no wonder that was less familiar to me than I thought it was going to be. All right, bit of salty language. Ahoy, yeah, I mean, it is naval. Ahoy, captain or something? You know, I don't know. I'm not sure. The Flyers on a scoreboard, I don't know. Ending in I mean, my first guess purely based on that and nothing, no actual knowledge, is Arizona, but I don't know if the Arizona Flyers are a thing. Although that doesn't look very good, does it? Especially with a Z. Ahoy, czars. That's not correct. Cry of fear. Eek, I guess. Stage group often dressed in black. Sort of stage hands, or people who move things around on stage. Oh, the crew, maybe? Is it as simple as that? Bit of salty language. Oh, is it ahoy there? So this is, oops. This is Tad, and then the Flyers on a scoreboard. Oh, Chicago, maybe? And then half a half bushel. Oh, no, it's Philly, I guess. Philly Flyers, that kind of sounds right, maybe because it's alliterative. Okay, so this is a peck. I mean, couldn't really tell you exactly how all of these measurements work, but I guess a peck is a quarter of a bushel if it's half a half bushel. So there you go. I knew that they're sort of old timey measurements, but that's all I could really tell you. All right, TikTok creator. I don't know. I assume this is a name of a TikTok creator rather than a term that means TikTok creator, but I'm not sure. It's anyone's guess. Who knows? It's the simplest version of that I can think of. Afflictions could be ills, maybe, things that afflict you. Genre celebrated at the annual Worldcon. That's pretty vague, Worldcon. Although, I mean, in terms of things that people have conventions for, fantasy and science fiction are the ones that come to mind, in terms of genres anyway, the things that mainly come to mind, so maybe it's sci-fi. Breezed by. You could say the time breezed by, it flew by. Antagonist in a 1604 play or a 1992 animated movie. That's Iago. What's the animated movie? Oh, it's Aladdin. Is that the name of the parrot in Aladdin? I think it might be. Yeah, I mean, I guess the parrot counts as an antagonist. Sort of yeah, okay, well, there we go. All right, meeting, greeting. Meeting, greeting. I call? That doesn't make any sense. Meeting, greeting. This will be obvious, but I just can't see it. Well-behaved sort. An angel. There we go. Make a deal official, say. Shake on it. Spice derived from the inner bark of a tropical tree, cinnamon. Which does really look like tree bark, doesn't it? I guess because it is, obviously. Meeting, greeting. Oh, hi all. I see. So you're arriving and you're sort of saying hello to people en masse. All right. What an integral can compute. Area. That's a calculus concept, I suppose, which I have not touched in many, 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 many years. Not since I was in school. All right, Soldier of Sauron, an orc, I guess, from Lord of the Rings. And then fighting could be combat, so a combat force would be a fighting force. So obviously we usually use combat as a noun, but it can be an adjective as well. All right, forest in a metaphor. Big, I don't know what that's about. Color of a proverbial French beast. Bête noire would mean, literally the sort of black beast or black animal, but means it's used more metaphorically just to mean a kind of, troublemaker, thorn in your side, perhaps, or someone who's maybe kind of celebrity who's famously always up to something. Anyway, I'm just trying to remember if there were any crosses that we haven't looked at. Oh, We never looked at this. TikTok creator Kesha. Okay, so there's a TikTok creating person. All right. And forest in a metaphor, big in a metaphor. I'm not sure. Try to get the upper hand. Arm wrestle? Yeah, there we go. Good. Infinitesimal, teeny. Very, very small. Beat decisively in video game lingo. Oh, is it? Do I think this is more likely to be own, or own spelled with a P? I mean, which I think derives from just a kind of common misspelling because the O and P are next to each other on a keyboard. I don't know. What about this? Forest in a metaphor. I don't know. I still can't see it. What about this? Like the coats of many terriers. Wiry. You could have a sort of wire hair terrier. Big. It looks like it's going to be the P, doesn't it? Oh, big picture. Oh, right. I see. I thought this was going to be the word. I thought it was going to be a metaphor about a forest, and this is the word that describes the forest itself. But no, it's the big picture is the forest for the trees. So you're saying you're too, you're too focused on the sort of individual trees. You're not seeing the forest. You're not seeing the big picture. All right, that's what it is. I was looking at it the wrong way around. Like some broken records. Warped, maybe? A vinyl record could be too warped to play on most turntables. Shishi is sort of artsy in slang. And then wine bottle speck. Oh, what is this? This is kind of familiar. I'm sure I've read about this, but I'm not sort of an incredibly wine-educated person. I don't know what it is. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Is it just year? Is it just the sort of vintage year? Is it as simple as that? Let's try it and see. I think I was thinking about something about bottle size, but free-roaming residents of Japan's Nara Park. Oh dear, I've definitely seen pictures of this anyway. This park. And then comedian Aparna, who wrote Unreliable Narrator. Don't think this rings a bell for me offhand. What about this? Debated. It's debated. It's up for dispute. It's in dispute. It's in dispute. There we go. Something's debated. It's in dispute. So, I mean, you see debated, and your first thought, as my first thought was, well, your first thought might have been, as mine was, this is debated as past tense. So yesterday they debated this topic, but because of the way this ended, I thought that was less likely. So it occurred to me to start thinking about this as an adjective, as in a property of something. It's a topic that is currently debated. It is in dispute, and that helped me get it. All right, I don't know. I share those thought processes sometimes just in case it's helpful. I don't know if it is. The average person will shed at least one every day. I guess it's an eyelash. Okay, there we go. So I guess that means they grow at a rate on average of roughly one per day then, I guess. Okay. Like 30 down, sleet. Oh, icy. Sleet is icy. And makeup ingredient, a dab of it? I don't know. I'm not sure that's right. Have we looked at this? I don't think so. Some Bundestag votes. Nines. So this is the German legislative body. So they would vote 9. Vote no on a motion, on a bill that's up for the vote. All right, comedian Aparna, who wrote Unreliable Narrator. Yeah, I don't think I know this name. And just like that, snaps is sort of a snap of your fingers. Do a certain veterinary job would be to spay, pet, spay or neuter your pets. So makeup ingredient. Oh, DNA. Your genetic makeup. That's what that is. Okay. And then here we have Nancherla Aparna, who wrote Unreliable Narrator. Okay, that must be right. And it is. All right, there we go. That was the Friday puzzle. That was, I think, very much a Friday puzzle. It was a little bit tricky, a little bit punny, a little bit misdirecting at times. And some specific names in here, actually. We had Pretty Little Liars author Shepherd. We had comedian Aparna, who wrote Unreliable Narrator. Did we have any others? Maybe I guess we had an author of TikTok content as well. So yeah, we actually had a few pretty current names, but also some very ancient names like Esau and Iago. So yeah, fair number of names throughout, actually. And then some interesting sort of knowledge around science, math, I don't know, botany, I guess, Ilex. And there we go. That was the Friday crossword. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow with the second of two themeless puzzles of the week, the Saturday crossword. Might be trickier, might be the trickiest of the week. That's often how it goes. Join me and find out. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Friday. Take care.